Good evening and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some Golden Lap with LaBrahn. Now we are in prime position, pole position you could say, to finally get this LaBrahn Constructors title that we've been hunting for seasons and seasons. 15 points clear as things stand, but that is very little. We know that. We could double DNF, and the Ezzolinis could take a total of, what, 44 points if they had a really good race. So it is nothing. We need to keep our heads on and keep going. Driver standings look as follows. Paul Woods is in first place, but it is again by no means a foregone conclusion. We have built a new steering rack, and that has gone on to, actually the new one's gone onto Woods' car. Morstan has got the older but still better than his previous steering rack, and we go to the Netherlands. How interesting. With now a little bit of a bigger gap, because the Ezzolinis have done something silly and decided to go for a spy. Of course, we have not done that this season. We have not gone for it. And in almost a level of vindication has therefore come from our restraint. We are number one, and they have lost 10 points, which we will take. Nielsen goes third. Interesting. Okay, we are going to focus on the chassis first things. 40, well done. And 28 on Morstan. I'm actually going to send Morstan out first because he is the driver who kind of, well, he does better in quali than Paul Woods does, but Paul Woods does seem to have a bit of pace about him in the race. Okay, again, focus is the chassis. 55, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, we're just going to stick on the softs, I think, all the way through. I don't think it's going to get wet enough for us to risk it. Nice, very good. For us to go on to the inters. Maybe. Oh, Nilsson's gone quickest with a middle sector of purple, and yet two white sectors either side of that. That is both bonkers and impressive, all at the same time. But Morstan's in the zone, so I should expect. The track conditions do not. Yeah, he'll probably still put in a decent time. He does. He's very close to his own quickest. Ryan has gone into third. But as conditions get better and better and better, at the end of this session, we should be able to put in our quickest laps. I'm now going to jump to the engine. I'm not going to risk that. So again, yeah, I'm going to jump to the engine. And I'm hoping that as the track starts to get a little bit drier and the grip and temperature goes up a little bit, and we'll just start to kind of see those times tumbling, and we'll get ourselves on pole. But it's a big if. It's a big big unknown. Lots could happen before then. Okay, well done. We got the golden tune that we were after. Whoa, again. Not going to do that. Not going to risk it. Okay, Morstan, off you go. Going to send Woods out not long after. Hopefully Woods doesn't catch Morstan and then gets held up. That would be annoying. Not focused up. Okay, but we are seeing, I think, more cars turning back onto the soft tyres. So I think these eyes are going to disappear very quickly. And Woods, actually, that is a good sign. Did do a quicker lap and set a green sector there in sector 3. So I think we're about to see the times start to tumble. So let's see. Yeah, see, Bregman's put his fastest lap in. Wagner just put his quickest lap in. Rinaldi and Edwards, same situation. Morel as well, same situation. Go to 2 times speed. And everyone except Ryan and Maldonado, who are... Oh, no, there we go. They've gone on to softs as well. Woods can't focus, but Morstan instantly... There we go. That's exactly what I was predicting. Exactly what should happen naturally. We've set a quick time. We've gone a second faster. Woods has now gone back into third over Ryan. But Ryan might correct that, might fix that up. Nielsen does go quickest, goes over a second faster. But these times are going to continue. Oh, get out of town. Get out of town. We had 10 to get... the likelihood of putting an 11 there when our maximum was 10. Ridiculous, and yet it happened. You've got to feel for Morstan. But again, the times are going to tumble, no matter what. So I'm hoping that every lap Morstan puts in is going to start with purple sectors. And it has again. Woods, you're fighting Ryan, it seems. Oh, okay, does go quickest, but only just. And Woods has jumped Ryan. It seems to be a kind of, Morstan versus Nielsen. Woods versus Ryan. And it's all down to who is going to set the last lap time, really. And we're going to try and aim to set the last lap time if we can. Then again, is the golden tune maybe more important than the pole position? Hard to know, especially when Nielsen goes another whole second and a half quicker than us. Morstan not focused up. No one's focused up. And only goes green sector 1. Green sector 2. Actually did not improve. Had a bad sector 3. That's interesting. That's frustrating and interesting. Okay. Right, so it's a 1 minute lap. If we send them out now, we won't be able to send them out again. So we're going to wait for the conditions to be absolutely in our favor. We're going to send them out with about 1 minute 30 on the clock. Maybe 1 minute 40 just in case. We want to be the last cars crossing the line. Okay, Woods, you're going to go now. Morstan goes now. And Woods starts his lap. Morstan starts his lap. And we're not quite the last. But we have... Oh, okay, we didn't have enough. In fact, Woods focused up and went above Morstan, which is quite something, really. Quite impressive. Quite impressive indeed. Wowza. We did finish much closer to Nielsen by doing that, though. The strategy involves with making sure we are the last car to cross the line. Yeah, we're going to start on some soft tyres. Then as the rain picks up, we'll pit early. You want to be on the dry tyres to start. Here we go. We're going to watch Woods off the start. 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Can we get a good start? Unfortunately, Morstan cannot, and Woods is under pressure. Okay, Morstan back to 4th. Can't get past lap on bar right now. Woods is trying to... Okay, there we go. We're back to 2 and 3. I'm going to tell Morstan, do not challenge Woods. Because Woods kind of needs the freedom to try and chase down. Actually, we're gonna keep him burning at the start of this race because it is a wet weather race. I want to burn. I want to try and get as much performance out of the dry track while we have it. Because we won't have it for long. Morstan doing a very good job of just kind of keeping behind, not losing any space here. Woods is in the zone again, but I don't want him stressing out too much. I just want him to keep going here. It's not Inter's time yet. Let's actually do a quick check on that. It's, yeah, not yet. Go on, Woods. He's right on his gearbox. And he won't go. Oh, he can't get it made. Morstan's in the zone. Okay. Yeah, there's not really need for Morstan to push. He's already kind of maxing out what he can and can't do right now. No need to push any more than he currently is. Okay, no one's pitting yet. It's very difficult. Okay, Woods has got that gap closing again. He's half a second back, maybe even less. Yeah, very close, very close. Is that the move? He can't get it done again. So close once again. Right on his gearbox, 0.4. We're still not in Inter's range just yet. Fallen back a little bit, but that's all right. Not focused up. Ryan is already a little bit further back, which is kind of doing us a bit of a favour there. He's losing time as well. We're still burning this whole time. It's a different strategy I'm employing, mostly because of the weather. Okay, we're now going to stop that. 10 laps worth of pushing. Oh, and we're coming up on the back markers now. Is it time? Maybe another couple of laps. Woods is in the zone. Okay, that's all right, but we're going to save our fuel for the minute. Okay, people are pitting. Still feels a bit early. You've not got too much water out there yet. Okay, Nielsen has pit, so we're going to push this lap and then pit both of our drivers for those inters. Okay, we've lost absolutely no time there by staying out one extra lap. Didn't do a single thing. Didn't change anything. Maybe because we pushed on that in lap. Maybe, I don't know. But we're absolutely fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to employ our strategy of just saving fuel and then pushing right at the end. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to hit the 2x speed for a bit because it is just going to be on the inters for a significant amount of time. In fact, look at that. Some going straight to the wets, which is quite interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on those lap times. .121, so it is still slower than us on our inters. Oh, that doesn't count. 129 there. Again, that doesn't really count. We need to 120. Okay, it's now more or less the same speed as us on our inter. No, we're still faster. Yeah, we are still faster. Let's keep an eye on Laframboise laps. 122 there. Well, I think we're still faster. Yeah, 122 again. Yeah, no need to change anything right now. The inters are still the preferred tyre. As soon as we see Laframboise put in a lap time that is quicker than us, which he has just done actually, we're going to make that call early. Oh, well, now it's a no-brainer. Now it's a definite. Provided we still come out in front of Ryan, which we do. Okay, so we have taken a freebie pit stop there. Gone onto the wet tyres a little bit early. I guess we could have waited a little bit, but we're not really. They're not really wearing right now anyway. Maybe, well, probably could have waited one lap. Probably one lap wouldn't have been a bad idea. But made that decision, jumped the gun potentially a lap early, but Nielsen is not going to pit. So provided there's not a yellow flag later for Nielsen, he's going to lose time to us, you know, by comparison. He's gone into the pits now. And we are, again, just right on his tail, so we haven't really lost anything. He's gone full wet as well. And you can see he's given it a push and a burn. Now just a burn. Morston's in the zone, but we are saving our fuel. Let's see what he's at. He's at 2.8. He's actually we're doing quite well on saving the fuel there. It's come down quite a bit, especially with the yellow flag helping us out. Now, the wet tyres won't go to the end, but I also don't think Nielsen's will go to the end either. I think he might have to either stretch them out and lose time on track, or just pit a couple of laps after us, in which case no one loses time relatively, unless there's a slow stop. Another yellow flag from now to the end, we pit straight away, without a doubt. Let's check the fueling again. It is a negative 2.0, so we are almost at the point where we can just give it the push and give it the full send. Morston is going to take quickest lap, almost guaranteed, because there's 5 seconds between the laps that we're currently running and his quickest lap. So it looks like that's a point for us guaranteed anyway, which is great, which is lovely. It's what we need. Strategy-wise, not really anything to do right now. It's just if there's a yellow flag, we pit. And then when we are able to burn to the end, we burn to the end. And then on the new set of tyres, we can then push. In fact, we can push now only on laps where they say they're in the zone, just to try and keep Nielsen as close as we can. Checking the fueling. 0.7, very close. 0.6, very close. No focus. No focus. The gap is 14. It is opening up a bit because don't forget, Nielsen is very quick in the rain anyway. He has got that trait about him. Oh, Morsten's in the zone. Let's check the fueling. 0.1, very close. The gap is up to 18 just because of how solid Nielsen is. Checking the fuel. We can now burn. Okay, and now we are going to pit. Going to go on to our last set of wets. We pit early. We push on the outlap. And we... Oh, see, it looks like maybe Nielsen's thinking of stretching those tyres to the end. It'll be a very interesting strategy. Morsten's in the zone, but we're going to have to calm him down. Woods is in the zone. Give it the send then. Let's go. 14 laps and Nielsen has pitted and come back out. The gap is 12. Well, the gap is actually less than that now. And Morsten is now in the zone. However, Morsten, I think, is absolutely solid where he is. So I'm just going to let him race. I'm going to focus on Paul Woods. The gap is 11.3. It's not really coming down naturally. It's actually going the other way. You know what? I'm going to accept the current situation. I'm going to save the parts. And we're just going to accept what we've got. Because I don't think there's any point in risking a crash here. We've got a 2 and 3 with a fastest lap. I think it's okay. Woods, I don't think, was going to make up that 10 seconds. I don't think he was. He might be in the zone, but I'm telling him to hold position. And we play this one sensibly. 4 times speed to wrap this one up. We're going to take a double podium finish, a 2 and 3. With 4 laps to go. Unless, of course, there's a red flag or Nielsen gives it the full beans into the barriers. This race is done. To be fair to Ryan, he almost caught Morsten there when we were just chilled out. He almost caught him. He ended up about 4 seconds back. But we made a tactical decision there to just take 34 points compared to 37, I believe, for the Ezzolinis. We are not risking it. They lost 10 points, don't forget. So the gap is now... Paul Woods, oh my word. Okay, well, Paul Woods, it's a one race showdown for Paul Woods to try and win the title. Whew. Okay, but for us, we are 22 points clear. I think that was the right call. I think that was the right call. We had a 15-point gap that obviously they got penalized, so it became a 25-point gap. And then they've only won that race by 3 points. 22-point gap. Acosta is back. We need to build one last time going into a race that is... track and tyre grip is just less in general. So you know what? Let's go for a chassis to bring 3,000 plus to as many parts as possible. Anything below 60 gets the upgrade. In fact, the parts, we've got the money to go big here. So that's what we're going to do. We've spent it all to try and win this one. Canada awaits. Paul Woods. LaBrahn. Titles await. Question mark.